This is a story of how I got fired from McDonald's. Previously on Don Hines Animated. Because everyone knows McDonald's. Actually, scratch that. Let's make it a Wendy's because fuck McDonald's. Okay? Whoa, Don, you got beef with McDonald's? Yeah, I got beef with McDonald's, but that's a story for another time.
I wonder why Don has beef with McDonald's. Don has beef with McDonald's.
McDonald's, official sponsor of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. But it was the first place to ever give me a job, so I guess it's not all that bad. Psych! McDonald's is straight trash, man. I hate that place. However, I will admit that their fries are amazing. If you told me that they sprinkle a little crack on their fries, I wouldn't be surprised, man. So let's get into the story, shall we? As many of you know, I was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. And at the age of 16, I moved to the good old US of A. Broward County, Southern Florida, to be exact. I moved to America for the same reason that every immigrant does, for a better life, more opportunities, essentially a chance to chase the American dream. So needless to say, I was very excited to move to America, and I was even more excited to be going to an American high school. Every episode of Ned's Declassified, Boy Meets World, and Degrassi had prepared me for this move. I was finally ready to be an American teen. Or so I thought. You see, I thought that I had everything that I needed to fit into the American high school scene. I had a cool accent from a cool place. I was a great student, outgoing, pretty athletic. I was bound to become a key player to some sporting team, and I've been told that I'm not that hard on the eyes, if you know what I mean. All these things together seems like the perfect recipe for fitting right into an American high school. Unfortunately, as it turns out, I had left out one key ingredient, the thing that was going to make or break my high school experience. Swag. Now, in my opinion, your swag consists of two things. The first being your personality, how you carry yourself, and the second thing being how you present yourself, i.e., the way you dress. Now, personality-wise, I had my shit on lock. And by on lock, I mean I held my shit together as well as you can expect a teenage guy to be able to. Because realistically, there's a lot going on inside of a teenager, right? For one, your body is an absolute war zone. Your hormones are surging off the fucking charts. Weird shit starts to happen. All of a sudden, you gotta deal with acne, weird facial hair, and then for some reason, you feel this urge to try talking to the opposite sex, but you don't know what to say. You have to figure out how to communicate, hey, I want you to let me put a part of my body inside a part of your body, or vice versa, without being weird. On top of the fact that you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Let's be honest, right? And of course, when that ship goes down in a blaze of awkwardness, you go to the porn, and that's really where shit gets dark, man. There was just so much porn. Too much. I think it's safe to say too much porn. Like, if I had to describe what my mid-teenage years were like, it would be these long periods of jerking off, eating and sleeping, and in between those periods, there were these tiny slivers of time. That's where everything else happened. So all of that considered, my personality as a teenager was as cool as anyone could expect it to be. The part that I didn't have on lock, however, was the clothing part. You see, in America, brand name is everything. And unfortunately for me, I did not know that when I moved to America. So I show up to school in my goddamn Costco brand faded glory polo and denim jeans, feeling like a boss. And I instantly realized that when I stood among my peers, One of these things is not like the others. I was not properly dressed for high school success. Everyone who was anyone in school was rocking Hollister this, Diamond that, Obey this, American Eagle that, Express jeans, Levi's, the list goes on and on. I saw that if I was gonna break into the cool kids crowd, or at the very least, not be in the lame kids crowd, I had to step my shit up. So I called up my dad, hoping that he could drop me a Diamond Supply stimulus package, but the call went something like this.
Hey, son, how you doing?
Hey dad, what's up?
Oh, you know me, son. I'm good. How you doing, my boy?
I'm good. You know, just here doing my thing.
Oh, that's good to hear, son. That's good to hear. How you liking school?
Oh, yeah, it's been good, you know. You know me, dad. School's never been hard for me.
That's great, son. That's great.
Although, I was wondering if you could send me some money.
Okay, what do you need money for, son?
Just school stuff, you know.
What kind of school stuff we talking about?
Well, I need some clothes.
Clothes? What do you mean you need clothes? You came to America with 2 full suitcases of clothes. Why you need more clothes?
Yeah, dad, but they're not cool enough, man. Like I wanted some cool clothes, you know, to fit in better.
Hold on a second.
Fuck.
So I that me send you to school for Christopher? You frightened for the little white pitney them? I turn you in a poppy show, Chris?
No, dad.
You come to America so you can do well in a school and you can get into a good university. So you can get a good career and then you can go buy whatever clothes you want to buy. Don't bother watch nobody because they're not going to do nothing for you. Just study your book, pass your exam them and all the meds. Alright? Okay?
Yes, dad.
Alright, I have to go. So have a good day, sir. Love you.
Love you too, dad. Talk to you soon. So basically, my swag was bound to stay on a minimum well before keeping your swag on a minimum was considered cool by anyone. So for months, I continued to go to school wearing my clothes from Jamaica. And at the same time, I started to grow like a weed. In less than a year, I went from being 5'10" to 6'1", which of course was a good thing. It made me more useful on the basketball court and it bolstered my confidence. But on the flip side, all of my shirts started to get that crop top action. So now, not only were my clothes uncool, but they were getting too small. I would stretch my arms up to reach something on a high shelf and end up looking like a bitch wearing her latest summer tee from Forever fucking 21. Things were getting out of control. So at this point, I was able to convince my parents to send me some money to go and buy some new clothes, but the money didn't go very far. I mean, you can only wear the exact same 3 outfits to school so many times before people start to notice. Things were looking grim, and it seemed as if I would never climb up the extremely shallow and superficial yet alluring social ladder that is high school popularity. Just then, when all hope seemed lost, a small golden light appeared at the end of the tunnel, and as it got closer, the golden light took the form of an arch. Wait, no, 2 golden arches. Could it be? Yes, it was. My first job opportunity. You see, I lived with my aunt and uncle in Florida along with 2 older cousins who also moved from Jamaica a couple years prior to me, both of whom had jobs at McDonald's, and the older of the 2 cousins was a manager. So one day, after getting roasted to a crisp for wearing a pair of USPA shorts to PE, which is a fucking story in of itself, my cousin told me that she could get me a job at McDonald's if I wanted. Now, up until then, I had never even considered the prospect of getting a job. But now that it was laid in front of me, it all made sense. If my parents weren't going to give me money for clothes, then I might as well go and make it by myself. So my cousin got me an interview, which she ended up doing herself, and just like that, I got my first job. I was 16 years old and I couldn't have been more proud of myself. I didn't care that it was for what is literally the lowest rung possible on the ladder in terms of a part-time job. I was about to be stacking that paper, man. And thus begins my very short relationship with McDonald's, because little did I know that I was about to experience the most awful month of my entire professional life. That's right, it only took me 1 month to get fired fired from this place, as a series of events that unfolded within that month sparked a passionate fire of hatred and detest for the establishment known only as McDonald's. So now you have some context as to why and how I got this job in the first place, and how badly I would have wanted it all to work out. But alas, instead of being the solution of my dreams, it was the beginning of a nightmare. So stay tuned for the second part of this animation, part 2 of how I got fired from McDonald's, as I give you all of the gritty details of how and why I was terminated from this job. What's up, fam? Thank you for watching yet another Don Hines animated story. I hope y'all don't mind me making this a 2-part video. I just really wanted to give y'all the backstory as to what motivated me to get in this job in the first place, and I didn't want y'all to have to wait 2 to 3 weeks for another animation, so I thought this story broke into 2 parts pretty well, so that's what I did. I thank y'all in advance for all the love that you're about to show this video by liking it, sharing it, and commenting down below. If you don't know what to comment, tell me about the first shitty job you ever had, if you've ever had one. If you haven't, what's your dream job? Tell me about that. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Also, do me a big favor and join the notification gang by hitting the notification bell by the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to add me on Snapchat that is, for daily progress video reports, quick updates, and a great way to connect with me. Thank you as always for your love and support. I love y'all, and I'll see you again soon.